This is Dana Diorsi from Best Life Solutions with this week's video success strategy. And these videos are all about inspiring and empowering you to intentionally design and live your ideal life. So today I'd like to answer a question that came into me via Twitter. One of my followers had asked me if I had any tips for overcoming procrastination. So here goes. First off, when you find that you're procrastinating toward some goal that you're working toward, I recommend that you try to figure out what the reason is behind that. And that will help you figure out what tactic is going to work for you. So for example, in my experience, there are 3 reasons why people typically procrastinate when they're working toward a big goal. And the first is that they've actually set the wrong goal for themselves. So you want to ask yourself, is the goal that you're working towards something that you feel like you should do and that's why you're doing it? Or is it something that's genuinely important to you, that you really care about? And if it's the former, if it's something that you're only doing because you think you should do it, then I recommend that you take it off your plate completely. It's never gonna work. Or maybe it is that you do have the right goal, but you have the wrong why. And so I always like to say when you're working toward a goal, your primary motivation is your big why, the reason behind that goal. Once you achieve that goal, what is it going to mean to you? So for example, someone may be trying to lose weight, and for one person their big why is that they want to lose 10 pounds so they can fit into a particular outfit, and that's what motivates them. But for another person, what might be more motivating is that they really want to get healthy and feel a higher sense of energy. So those are 2 different whys that will work for 2 different people. So you need to figure out the one that's right for you. And maybe you've picked the wrong one, and so you have to kind of rethink what the bigger reason is behind working toward that goal. So secondly, I find that many people procrastinate toward a big goal because out of fear of failure. So they're afraid to even put their foot out, take a step forward, because they're afraid that it's not going to work out. And so here I just want to recommend that you really think about all of the great successes, in our lifetime or in any lifetime, and they're all people who were comfortable with taking risks because they knew that the only way to succeed big was to make a big effort and try big and kind of go big or go home. And they knew that there would always be some level of failure or risk involved with that, and they all were comfortable with that. And if you actually look at most successful people, they've actually had a lot of failures as well because they know that the key is to just keep trying. And also think about the fact that there's always a risk involved. So if you try something, there's a risk in that, and if you don't try something, there's a risk too. There's that risk of regret and that you'll, years down the road, regret that you didn't take the chance. So I always think it's better to take the chance. And then third, for some people, they procrastinate toward a big goal because it's just so overwhelming to them. There's just too much that needs to get done. And so there are 3 different things I recommend here. One is to really break it down into small steps and only let yourself think about what the immediate next step is. Just have tunnel vision and just focus in on what that immediate next step is. And just get that done, and just think about that baby step. And then once you've gotten to that level, then think about the next step and the next step, and it just makes it feel a lot more doable. Secondly, I also recommend that you almost build habits around the things that you're doing to work towards your goal. So if your goal, to take that example from earlier, if your goal is to lose weight, you really build in habits around your exercise schedule. So you say you get up first thing in the morning and you exercise every day, and it's just the thing you do. It's just, you build it as a habit, and you get momentum around that, and you just continually do it every day. Or when you grocery shop, you have a certain list, and you just kind of make habits out of things so they just happen by second nature. And then the third tip, when a goal or project is too overwhelming, is to make sure that you have some sort of external accountability. So this is when it's really nice to be working with a coach or someone who kind of can provide that external accountability for you. Or if you don't have a coach, you can kind of pick one of your friends to be your accountability buddy, someone that maybe you check in with once a week and you let them know what your progress has been toward your goal, and someone who can kind of give you that gentle nudge to push you back in the direction where you need to go. So those are my tips around overcoming procrastination. I hope you liked them, and if you did, I'd really encourage you to share it with your friends. You can use the share buttons below, or you can just send it out by email. So this is Dana Tiorsi from Best Life Solutions, and until we talk again, I'd like to encourage you to dream bigger, play smarter, and take bold action to create your most extraordinary life today.